Craig, proper header, his first ever in professional football.
Well, yeah, and it won't be his last, will it? Let's be honest. For one so physically strong, it's going to be a forte of his. And we've seen some of the great goals that he scored as a youngster already, and the composure. And that's just another facet to his game. Look, I'm slightly falling out of love here with Borussia Dortmund because they blew it. They blew it in their home game against Bayern Munich. And that was the only thing that was going to keep this title race going. So, whether he scores another 4 or 5 goals between the end of the season, for me, it's neither here nor there, whether they finish second, third or fourth. The title's gone. And that was the big thing for Bayern Munich and Haaland and his teammates. And I know he's only a young man, but it was to keep that title boiling, to keep that race going. And they weren't good enough. And ultimately, whatever they play for now is just second best.
I may have misread the statistics. His first header for Dortmund, Don. An impressive one for a man, obviously, who's missed out last couple of matches. But a frustrating end to the season, as Craig says, for Borussia Dortmund, who were lucky to win today.
Yeah, that's what Dortmund do to you, Dan. When you watch Dortmund over the years, you always think it's going to be their season. They continually let you down every single season. They just can't get over the line. And it's the hope that kills you. When you're watching a side that you think are so good and so young and so energetic and their goal tally every week, they seem to smash teams for fun. And all of a sudden, they get towards the latter stages when it really matters and they play Bayern and they play some of the bigger sides. They can't get the job done. They sort of fold under the pressure because we all know when we watch Bayern Munich, 9 times out of 10, they're going to win. They've just hit 10 in a row. And somewhere along the line, Borussia Dortmund have a loss in them. They'll probably have one in a couple of weeks' time when they play Leipzig. So something needs to improve, whether that's the players on the pitch, whether that's the manager getting more funds to spend top players. They certainly mustn't sell, but something in their DNA has to change.
Shaq?
Yeah, listen, I sympathise with the position that Dortmund have all of a sudden found themselves in. The title is over. They're not going to finish outside the top 4, which means Champions League qualification is guaranteed. And as a result, most of those players have their bags half packed, waiting for whenever these summer holidays come along. I'm with Craig here. This was blown a few weeks ago in that game against Bayern Munich. Once that was done, you knew the title was over. I know not mathematically, but you can tell in the performances. And that's what you've seen from Dortmund, including against Düsseldorf, who are in the bottom 3. And as much as you can point to Guerrero's disallowed goal, I'm not sure if it was handball. I just expected so much more from Dortmund all this year.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.